Well, greetings, everyone. It's me, Nick Michalak, and Steve Frazier.
Hello, hello.
And the Elm Street commentary series continues today with The Dream Child.
I know everyone's been waiting for this
one.
one.
Oh, boy. This is...
Bated breath.
Gonna get heavy. So, anyway, guys, it's a audio commentary, no video accompanying this, so if you want to sync this with your own copy of The Dream Child...
We're doing the Blu-ray version.
Blu-ray version. So, hit the timestamp to 0 and press play right now.
So, here we are. It's August of 1989.
Just short...
51 weeks.
51 weeks from the last film.
This movie actually opened on the same weekend as The Abyss, which you will enjoy.
The Abyss is pretty good.
So, just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at in 1989.
Yeah, and it was a very big year for films, at least blockbusters anyway.
Big year for everything.
Yeah.
It's personally my favorite year in all of years, both for music and movies and fashion and everything. This movie notwithstanding.
Same year we got Jason Takes Manhattan from Friday the 13th, so everything was a bit on a down slope.
Another terrible film.
Revenge of Michael Myers.
You notice that they didn't use the part 5.
Yeah, no part 5, and this is not actually Dan here. This is actually one of the stunt guys, Michael Bailey Smith.
Sure.
Because he was a little bit more, I don't know, probably just available at the time when they wanted to shoot it.
Oh, I guarantee you, Dan probably. I like the chalk credits.
It gives it kind of a schoolhouse type of feel for it.
Sure. Interesting that this movie, we have our sex montage here, actually parallels the Halloween franchise really, really closely in that they came off a part 4 that was the most financially successful.
Yeah.
And they said, how quick can we turn around and put out another one?
Yeah.
And they just,
slapped it together as quickly as possible.
I'm talking, like, barf up a script, let's roll some footage.
It's exactly the thing, because director Stephen Hopkins, they gave him 4 weeks to shoot this and then 4 weeks to edit it and get it out in the theaters.
That's unbelievable.
So basically, they pretty much started shooting this about 2 months before the thing hits theaters.
That's crazy. Ridiculous. That is insane. So, the same thing happened with the Halloween franchise. For the return of Michael Myers, it was a big deal.
And a lot of time to develop it right.
It made a shitload of money. And then they said, how quick can we get a part 5? And then that was terrible, just like this one.
Oh, yeah. You could debate all day which one is a more flawed film.
So, 1989, the year of the bad horror sequel.
Yeah.
But at least we open with a little
titillation.
Yeah, a little something.
But it's classy enough,
Sure.
It's not getting exploitative.
Here's the people to blame.
Look at all those screenwriters.
Look at all those names.
They commissioned a whole bunch of people to write scripts for this, threw people out.
You and I could have done a better job.
They commissioned certain screenwriters, rejected their scripts, commissioned someone else, that brought back those same screenwriters to fix up the script that they decided to go with.
That's such a crazy story.
And David J. Scow is actually credited on this film, and this was the same year where he was working on Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, which is also horribly troubled production.
Yeah, but it's entertaining, though.
Oh, yeah.
They're all entertaining for the wrong reasons.
Also for New Line Cinema.
So here we have the return of Lisa Wilcox.
Indeed.
Giant-ass shower knobs.
Yes. More fair-haired in this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Blonde,
they definitely made her prettier
blonde,
here.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty close to what she looks like today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They give you a little bit of something here with the nudity, but they're keeping it classy.
I don't remember if this is actually her or not. It might be a stunt double.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, past the frosted glass and everything, it could be anything.
Who hasn't had that happen before?
Oh. Ugh.
Those of us with long hair know the perils of a shower drain.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting little shot there.
Yeah. Intriguing. Starting to move a little around a little bit there.
This is it's funny how many different like shower
all the way
gags
back to
there are.
Yeah.
This is pretty good though.
This is alright. I mean, this is a nice set piece. Good tank here.
I mean, this is kind of a scary dream.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you think about it. Has nothing to do with Freddy. Which, we've kind of gotten away from him being the main bad guy, so to speak, and it just being more about your fear.
Yeah. Yeah, there's here where you're really kind of starting to set the stage for everything, and it's gonna get heavy pretty quickly on this.
Sure,
just on plot alone.
It's weird doors. I mean, I guess it's a dream sequence, so it doesn't have to make sense, but
no.
Already kind of an ominous tone, though.
Yeah.
And the vulnerability of being nude.
Yeah, but then they put her in the.
Oh, here's all the maniacs.
Yes.
One of which is Robert Englund.
Bob Englund's in this, yeah.
That might be him right back there, unless they're gonna cut to him up later on. They might circle back or something.
Yeah.
I wonder who all these people are. Like, is this production crew?
Oh, there he is, right, dead center. Definitely making it see him.
Now, I suppose it's possible that some people didn't know who that was in 1989.
Yeah, it's possible, yeah.
Are they counting? Is that really what's happening right now? You're trying to tell me that they're going to stand up there and count? And this is not the same lady who played Amanda Kruger.
Oh, no, this is... Well, right now, I think this is Lisa Wilcox in the
right.
But later on in the film, they actually have another actress playing a young version of her.
Oh. Yeah. Well, now we're paying attention. See, you should have started counting now. Have her count.
Oh, there we go.
Great shot.
They're really making it, driving the point home a little bit.
Funny how there's however many maniacs in there, and the one that comes out looks like just the one guy.
Impregnates her with a clone.
It must have been him. He had the lucky seed.
Oh, there we go.
Great shot. Good scare job there.
Well, it's a good day for Bob. He just throw some dirt on me. I'm good.
Yeah.
You're in the makeup room about 5 minutes.
Right. Look at how many scenes we've ticked off this shot sheet already, and we haven't even done makeup yet.
It's a weird potted plant with a pair of jeans on it.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. Oh.
Graduation time. A little pomp and circumstance.
Absolutely.
Macho Man.
Shades of Randy Savage here. I don't know how he got so lucky. I mean, was this song public domain?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
pretty certain it was. I mean, I think everywhere he wrestled, it ended up being his song.
Agreed.
They just probably re-recorded a version of it.
I like the purple.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
And here's our
Prince fans.
Well, I'm just a purple fan. I like the color purple. Not the movie The Color Purple. I wasn't a fan of that, but
I like Purple Rain, though. I'm a big Purple Rain fan.
There's our offbeat goofball character. We've got our popular girl. We've got our nerd. We've got everything.
She's pretty over at the top in the film. The mother there.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the expression by his eyes bugging out there. I guess the sequence was pretty heavily cut down because they just want to get the pacing of the film going. They cut out a whole bunch of random little things in it to just
I could see this
shorten it up.
This scene taken all day if you really wanted.
But the volume of extras too.
Here would have been a good time to really bring out some personalities.
Yeah.
Instead, they brought out personalities of the parents instead of the characters.
Yeah, they make them cartoony.
We know more about those two parents right now than we do anybody else in this scene.
And I think one of the main many shortcomings in this film, but you can overcome a lot of the shortcomings in a film if you really like the characters.
Right.
This one, I think they really missed the mark. They really didn't capture something.
I like Lisa Wilcox.
Oh yeah, obviously. Well,
and
all the new characters we introduced are just
Bland Dan.
Yeah. Another nice quaff for him.
I will say that Greta is kind of a fun character because you can tell that she's been kind of thrust into this model life or whatever.
Upper crust type of thing.
She doesn't really want to be there.
Basically, I'm saying is like you don't put these characters on the same level as a Kincaid or something like that.
Well, no, because they don't.
Warriors type of characters, they're not as charismatic. They don't have as much memorable dialogue given to them to really kind of
when you think of Greta,
have a strong impression.
The pretty Greta, you think of her death, and you think of the gnash your teeth for the paparazzi line that she just delivered, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Kincaid. I could write a book on Kincaid.
Oh yeah.
Poor Kincaid. R.I.P.
You'll live on in our dreams.
Look at this tie.
Hello, 70s.
Tennis rackets.
Polyester.
Man. That is outstanding. Oh, Need for Speed. Is that necessary? I mean, folks, you've seen the movie. You know how Dan dies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like it's too much
foreshadowing.
Well, yeah. Like, you don't. They took Freddy's catchphrase. Freddy is in this movie, and they took his catchphrase and they gave it to a parent just so that you would remember it when Freddy catchphrased it later on. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And some people who worked on the film said they were conscious of Freddy becoming comical and they wanted to veer him off, but I don't see that in this film.
Well, I feel like what they did was they said, well, Freddy's so a comedian that we need to make the subject matter heavy to off balance or to create a balance.
That's definitely there, and I think it's very uneven in that regard.
Yeah,
a little lopsided.
It is. It's really bipolar. I shouldn't use that word because that's not what that means.
No.
But it's opposite ends of the spectrum for sure.
Yeah.
In that we're going to get into
some heavy shit.
Abortions and eating disorders and all kinds of different taboo things. Yeah,
which exec producer Sarah Richer was kind of had the genesis of the idea of this because she just had a kid and everything. It was very heavily in her mind and figuring the fans who grew up from 84 onward are kind of getting into more like late teens or college age, whatnot, and let's try to interject some relevant subject matter, but no one's really going to a Freddy Krueger film for that type of stuff. They're here for some scares, some entertainment value,
especially after the last film.
Yeah.
Where, it's
all MTV all the time.
Right. Bring your, your 15-year-old brother
with a big box of popcorn.
Right. So, I don't know. Does he really care about abortions?
Yeah.
Is the film really marketed to
subject matter for some kind of
eating disorder,
art film or whatnot?
Right, and I feel like a
Lifetime movie.
Bring back the Jump Rope Girls. Both of those two topics, abortions and eating disorders, are primarily female problems.
Yeah.
They afflict females. Obviously females are the only ones that can have the abortion.
Yeah,
but the eating disorder, so I don't know if that really plays to the male demographic.
Primarily male demographic of a horror franchise.
Right. Just because your main character is female doesn't mean we have to have her get her period on TV.
You don't have the same demographic as a Julia Roberts film would or something like that.
Right. So, I don't know. There's a little miss there as well. I mean, and we can dissect each scene as it...
Yeah, it'll be coming up eventually. So
Ooh, there's a little chilling rhyme. I like it. This feels like a set.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a park of any kind.
Yeah, especially with this lighting scheme going around. They probably have a big old crane and everything going around.
I mean, I give them a lot of credit for trying to recreate the creepiness of the...
Yeah. Because they did want to go to a different tone.
Right.
A little bit back to the beginning of the franchise with the
what
tone
is
and everything.
This?
But
I mean...
this is Stephen Hopkins going gothic on her asses. And I don't think, with everything that this film tries to meld together, you got this grungy gothic vision, then you got comedic Freddy, and then you got this other subject matter. I don't think this stuff's compatible at all.
No, it doesn't
The
mix
visuals
well.
don't complement the storyline because you're not dealing with like an old Universal...
Vampires or whatever.
Yeah, you're not dealing with like an old Universal horror film or those types of feelings, whatnot. It's
I really like the light fixtures swinging though, and asylums are really cool. Like this whole old asylum hospital feel is super cool, and I love when movies have this kind of thing, or old newspaper clippings, or just like that part is really awesome.
like,
even if it's
some deep-seated old evil,
right,
just kind of
even if it's at the
soaked in.
At the oh boy,
they love that prop in marketing.
They did too. Like that stupid carriage was like all that there was on the poster.
They had it in the teaser trailer. They had it on. They had like the regular artwork poster they made early on, but then most of like the box covers for the VHS and everything were just Freddy over the carriage and everything.
I want to say that the very first teaser poster for this only had the carriage.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that.
Because
I
I
haven't
know they
researched it in a while.
commissioned the artwork for the poster before they even had the script finished. Obviously.
Sure.
Probably like four or 5 months ahead of the
and I think
release.
they were all done by the same guy, right?
I think so.
That
Yeah.
Same guy
they
who
all
painted.
Look, at least from like 3, 4, and 5, they're all like the exact same visual style.
Well, it's the same guy that did the first one too.
Okay. But 3, 4, and 5 have definite similarities in their artistic styles.
So, okay, so she followed in the first dream sequence. She became Amanda Kruger.
Yeah.
And then in this dream sequence, she followed Amanda Kruger into the hospital, only to become Amanda Kruger,
But
only
then not
to become
her.
only to become herself watching. So, okay, so as confusing as this is for the viewer,
Yes.
it's actually probably the most accurate as far as a dream sequence goes, because that's how dreams work. You're
entirely surreal. Doesn't
doesn't
have to make any logic.
So I kind of like it, but I kind of hate it because
with the film you have to follow a certain geography of how things play out to make the audience invested in what you're doing. If you're confusing them a little too much, then they kind of lose interest and half their brain just turns off, and probably half their brain's already turned off watching the film to begin with.
Yeah, because they haven't really said, what's happening.
Yeah, there's no Freddy yet. We're building to it.
Well, holy Christ. Look at this fucking thing. So, in her dream, she watches Amanda Kruger give birth to an already burnt fetus. Like, I don't know. When this movie came out, I was 9 years old.
Me too.
I probably saw it on VHS when I was 10. I didn't see this in the theater. And so I was probably 10 when I saw this movie. I was confused. At the age of 10, I didn't know why Freddy was already burnt as a baby. I know the story. I'm smart. I saw the first one. I mean, I get it. It's a dream.
Yeah.
I kind of put together what was happening here, the back and forth between, is she Alice or is she Amanda? Where this is, the church set from the previous film, which is where he died, and so the baby goes to its former resting place, I guess.
To make some kind of visual sense of everything.
I guess. That's not Rennie Harlan's stained glass.
No. They definitely dressed it and lit it much differently than the last
I don't even know
film.
if it's the same place. And what's happening? Like, can you explain to me somebody?
No, I cannot explain this. It's just, we need to get Freddy back. Here's how we do it. Just get it done in the first 15, 20 minutes of the film.
So, have him be born in a dream. And then step into his old clothes, crawl into his old clothes, and then, okay, I'm with you. Let's do it.
Yeah, because, I mean, again, the last film, we couldn't explain why Freddy gets defeated. He just does.
Right.
It just happens. Now he's resurrected because that's what needs to happen.
We got some dog piss to wake him up. Now we got a birth. What's with those feet? It's like webbed toes and...
I mean, with the visual style of this film, you can already tell it's a lot darker than the previous film.
Oh,
They're employing a lot more sickly colors and everything. It doesn't have the pop of the previous film.
No, it's definitely, I mean, literally darker.
Yeah. And, I'll Never Sleep Again, they're kind of trying to explain why the film wasn't as successful as the previous film.
Well,
I
there's
think
a
it was
visual we can get behind.
They were thinking it's just Freddy saturation, because they started doing the Freddy's Nightmares television series, which they did for $2 and a cup of coffee.
Here we go.
But at a certain point, you have to look at the film and see just how it's just not that good of a film. If it don't make a good enough film that's entertaining enough, people are going to come out and see it 3 times.
So
we're starting to get a slight
little idea
sense
of
I
found the
going
key,
on.
And he rubs her belly.
But she hasn't found out she's pregnant at all yet. That's the thing.
Right.
So we're still don't know exactly what the hell he's doing. What's going on here? In retrospect, after we've seen the film a bunch of times, you understand.
I mean,
what he's alluding to.
I do kind of enjoy the idea because at some point here, and I don't know if it's this one or if it's a later one, where she says, "I wasn't dreaming." Like, how did all this happen when I wasn't asleep? And that's where she figures out that it's the baby that's dreaming.
Yeah.
And not her, which is kind of smart. Like,
yeah,
I'm
smart enough.
I'm kind of okay with it. And this is not the same diner.
It looks enough like it.
Sure. "4 hours late."
You wouldn't be. If you're 4 hours late, you don't have a job anymore, trust me.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So I think what they were trying to insinuate there is that she wasn't dreaming.
Yeah.
And that she just kind of lost track of time, or she was in the dream.
Yeah.
So, that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm willing to accept this plot line.
Yeah.
Again, my big thing is you tell me the rules up front, and as long as you follow the rules,
Yeah.
I'm okay.
But if you're the person watching this for the first time, you're still a little confused.
Yeah, you don't know what's happening.
The pieces haven't all come together yet.
And what is this, the school?
Yeah, you won't be carrying beer around in a...
I mean, it's like an after school break into the school, have a party thing. Because the sign up on the thing, it said Springwood High School and go Bulldogs, and who knew that the Bulldogs were the Springwood mascot? I don't know. You got to make up something new every time,
Something. It's definitely late 80s hairstyle.
Yeah, I'm not
The 80s got a little weird with fashion, I think.
I loved it, though.
Yeah.
I loved all of it. I'm not... Ow. That hurts, for the record.
Hurt. Oh, he's squeamish.
He doesn't like blood. It's an interesting character development.
Doesn't really amount to anything, I don't think, though. This shows that he's squeamish. That's about it.
Well, it actually makes his death scene that much more annoying because
it's not bloody
there's
at all.
No blood.
There's no blood.
Right. So if I know that he's squeamish about blood, I make him die by him losing all of his blood.
Yeah. Make him suffer a little bit, you know?
I mean, come on. You and I are already writing a better story.
He's got claws. He can just start scratching
carving
here
him
and
up.
there. Yeah.
Right. What a piece of shit.
Oh. Yeah, Springwood swim team. Shit. He's gotta go.
Dan to the rescue.
The secret ingredient. There's another.
Fastest man on 3 legs.
What the hell does that mean?
It means he's got a giant cock? Is that what he means?
I have no idea what he's... It makes no sense.
How does he know that?
I don't know.
I think there's a story behind whose voice it is on the radio, and I don't remember what it is. Not this, but the male voice.
Male voice.
So here was a scene that got cut down considerably.
Yeah.
So, if I'm remembering correctly, in my logic here,
yes,
or my timeline, the VHS release of this film, circa 1990, was the extended cut.
Yeah, unrated.
So if you rented this movie, like you and I did, in 1990, and going forward until VHS and video stores died, you got to see the extended version
of these sequences, yeah.
So I remember scenes or snippets of scenes, or at least I thought that I'd remembered scenes, and then I picked up, these DVD copies, and I'm rewatching the film, years later, and I go, I thought I remembered there being more to this, and it's not even a conscious, I guess the Greta scene more than this one. Yeah,
because she even comments on that in a documentary that so much of her stuff got lost and it kind of negatively affected the sequence.
Well, I feel like when I think of Greta's scene, I think of a visual, because I watched the VHS so many times, that when I watched this one, I was kind of lost a little bit, and it wasn't that it was that I consciously said, there's shit missing, but I just went, this isn't as good as I remember.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I guess that's why, because why is it that they couldn't put that version on this fancy-dancy Blu-ray box set?
I don't understand that, or...
Because it was on the Laserdisc too, right?
Yeah, Laserdisc, VHS, but once digital format hit, they just decided to just tell it to screw off. They could easily put both versions on a disc and just seamlessly branch it.
I mean, this is the scene here that there was a little bit more to this.
Yeah, this was enhanced.
With the little wires going into his legs. And really more elaborate.
Yeah, just driving home the creepiness of it all. There's the
catchphrase, right?
Return of the line.
And there you could kind of see the stuff, the thing entering. You can really tell that this is choppy.
A little choppy, a little too quick cuts.
You don't get an idea of what's happening to him until you get to this.
Yeah.
And now he looks like Jason.
He looks like Ghost Rider.
Sure. Dream and Drive's a good line.
That's all right.
But, I'm okay with that. Fries for 75 cents. Sign me up.
Oh, yeah.
Sign me up.
This is, you can definitely tell a little bit of those.
And here we're kind of going back to that part 3, like...
Yeah, a little bit. The
vortex to hell.
That's kind of weird because he dies in the truck, though. He was in the truck there. That's a nice misdirect there.
Misdirect is good.
Yeah, he was in the truck. So in the dream, he starts out in the truck, gets kind of ravaged a little bit, then he jumps in a motorcycle, gets killed, but then wakes up from the dream and he's in the truck again.
But then that happens.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not actually what's happening. Maybe that's her dreaming and not him dreaming.
Again, confusing. No, she just jumped back up and woke up, but at this point we have no idea.
So was she right? Again, at 10 years old, I was confused.
Yeah, because now they're in the hospital. There's cops back there. And
so
everything.
Obviously she learned of the news.
Yeah. Right, fainted or something or whatever.
Right, and then had that particular sequence of a dream. I don't know.
It's really falling off the wheels real quickly.
Like
it's the problem of slapping a script together as quickly as you possibly can, bringing in other writers to kind of stitch a bunch of shit together and just shove it out there.
Well, and
you can't make any coherence out of what the hell you're writing.
They've also stopped following the rules, so to speak.
Because I don't even know what the rules.
If it's the baby dreaming, that's fine. But then you should hearken home, drive home the idea that she's been awake the whole time and that all of this is happening. But, Dan fell asleep at the wheel.
We saw it.
So that's a separate issue.
Right.
So here, if you're going to have that be that, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Dan fell asleep, Dan had a dream, Dan died.
Yeah.
But her role in it is very confusing.
Yes.
Because
and again,
and we don't know why. And I still don't know why. I've seen the movie 2,000 times and I still really don't know.
Okay, see, this is the moment where she finally finds out that she's pregnant.
Maybe it would have been a good idea to have her learn this before he died.
This should have been much earlier in the film.
Yeah.
Put this in right after the graduation sequence. It would have had more gravity to it. And they could have had her and Danny kind of dealing with this a little bit as it goes along. And then you have more of a stake in things when he dies.
And it could have even had another death in between to warrant the fainting and the whatever.
Something, and build it up a little bit.
For her to learn that she's capable of, seeing dreams while she's awake.
And trying to figure out
what's happening.
How that's happening.
Sure.
The script, it plays out almost ass backwards.
Like a dream.
Yeah.
It's all coming together now.
Yeah. But all the information that you should have had early on in Act 1 is now being dealt with you at the beginning of, Act 2.
Well, let's add to some confusion here. Let's bring in old Whitford.
Yeah.
What a haunting face.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a pretty good run, this kid.
Yeah.
He's still active today.
Yeah.
So that's creepy.
Creepy, yeah.
I mean, kids are creepy.
He's got kind of those sunken eyes. It gives him a little bit of a quality there.
He still has those today.
Yes, he does. It doesn't look all that different. Just had some beard still.
Right, he went through puberty, and that's it.
Yeah.
But the kid had a good run. He was on Full House for a bunch of episodes. He did a lot of TV spots.
Yeah.
Had a recurring role in the first season of Glee. More recently, I mean, not that 2010 was necessarily recent, but
more recent than
this. Right. What a ridiculous photo that is, too. We didn't really talk about it, but Oh, the dolls. Oh my God.
Jeez.
So, I guess this starts to explain a little bit about her personality, but...
That's prophetic.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I got a good idea. Oh, let's drop the doll and have it break, and it'll be an ominous tone.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. There's no children's ward. You were imagining. So, wait. Oh, hot stonewashed Gene back there on that gentleman. Oh, here. Okay, so now we're gonna get some exposition.
Expedition dump time.
Let's just tell everybody what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, there's stonewash on her too.
Oh, nice guest jeans. Haven't seen those in 20 years.
That means they're due for a comeback.
Due for a comeback.
So, where did she learn this information?
I have no idea. Putting pieces together from her dreams that haven't made much sense up to now.
Like, did she research this? So, I'd also like to know.
Yeah.
If all of these kids just recently graduated, were they or were they not friends 1 year ago?
When all this other shit
when all
happened.
the other shit happened. And why weren't they around? Did they not hear about any of it? It's the same fucking high school.
where we've had like 20 people die in the same circumstances.
Right. It really starts to... Oh, now she's putting it together that... I mean, I get her frustration.
Yeah.
Like, she's a pretty good, a powerhouse.
Yeah. She carries this film as well as she possibly can.
I mean, she's the saving grace.
Yeah.
Between...
If you had someone...
This one especially.
Yeah, I mean, if you had someone who just didn't have it, whoa, this film just... have no backbone at all. Group hug.
Oh, for tasting more, it's encore. Excellent. Good stuff. Oh, onions
Check
on the
out this wallpaper, man.
Onions and
hello
flowers. That's great. And by great, I mean terrible. When he stopped drinking, dummy.
Oh, yeah, he was the drunk in the last film. Didn't see much of him.
That's right. And now he's redeemed himself. And he looks like John Turturro, but it's not.
John Turturro. Yeah, after his son dies, then he stops drinking.
Right.
Now he sobers up. Well, it was the other way around.
For Don Thompson, it was the other way around. I mean, she wanted to murder him 51 weeks ago. Well, here we go.
Look at that mullet.
It's awesome.
The jacket.
The jacket is fantastic.
Look at that one on the right there with the peace signs. Where do they get this stuff?
Who knows? But this is... She's really got that dark wallpaper in here, too.
Oh, yeah.
It really makes the room, ridiculous. You get the feeling that, this is the same neighborhood that Kristen's mom lived in.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't have Kristen's mom make a cameo in this scene.
That would have been nice.
She would have fit right in with this crowd. Here's little Rob Englund.
Yeah.
I know that chin.
Yeah.
This is kind of a cool shot to let you know that she's dreaming.
The wide angle lens action.
Meanwhile, all the men at this party are just oogling and making comments about how great she looks.
This guy, he's got the shirt
accountant.
opened up with the tie hanging down. Jeez. I told you late 80s fashion was bizarre.
It's awesome. And I like the teal. Everything's blue in this movie. Have you noticed?
Or it's brown and ugly. See, the makeup on Freddy started getting rubbery now.
It really does look like...
yeah.
What's that... that sticky stuff that you used to put on the comic strips and... I don't know. So, I remember this scene as him, like... He's feeding her own
yeah,
stomach.
Apparently claws were going into her stomach and then going back into her mouth and everything.
And that's what I remember as a kid. And so when I watched this, I went, wait a minute.
This is very truncated.
It's not happening.
I mean, that's all there is. It's severely cut down.
And anybody that grew up watching the VHS is going, there's shit missing from
Where's
this
the
scene.
other half minute of footage that was in here? Oh.
We gotta have claymation. It's still the 80s.
That's very Evil Dead effect there. The stop motion crap. It looks so ugly though. Again, one thing I really take away from this film, it just looks so ugly.
Yeah. And I like that it says "Die Bitch" on the...
Die Bitch.
And that was there in the previous shot,
it's got a little Freddy magnet on there, too. There's a little headed head on the magnet.
So, I guess there's the overtone there that she didn't want to eat because she was watching her weight and potentially, eating disorder.
Yeah.
Real heavy shit. And I don't know. I don't know if it was necessary. We kind of touched on...
And again,
look at that
it's
Hershey's logo on that thing. That's...
Yeah.
I don't remember that logo being on the Hershey's syrup.
But again, you didn't spend much time with the character, really kind of have much more with her than establish one fact about her and dispatch with her because of that.
Well, right. I mean, we got the mash your teeth for the paparazzi line, and then we got her crying in a room full of dolls.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know anything about her.
Which is, again, an aspect of the character that doesn't amount to anything, has no impact on anything, it's just there for unique set dressing.
Right.
So,
other than the fact that he was, they cut the scene down to make it look like he was feeding her the doll instead of feeding her herself.
Yeah.
Because she kind of becomes the China doll,
yeah.
In the original version.
Yeah.
If anybody still has a VHS player,
yeah,
a VCR, and a copy of this film, look this up because it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty cool scene. Contrary, this is not a cool scene.
It's like he works here.
Why does Kruger have to use your dreams again? So, she's just now muddied the logic even further.
Yeah.
In that it has to be this one-person conduit. So originally it had to be you lived on Elm Street, originally it had to be your parents were involved in the death. Then it had to be...
It was all revenge-driven.
On Elm Street. Yeah. And then it was...
We'll smudge away the second film.
Well, right, yeah.
Typically it was fairly revenge-driven. They kind of morphed beyond that to be whatever it was in 4, after dispatch of Kincaid and Joey and everything.
Right, then it was her.
Yeah.
Right? And so now it's a conduit issue. I don't know.
Yeah.
She is cute.
Yeah.
I think you're just an idiot. Interesting drawings.
Yeah. I think this is probably all done by Stephen Hopkins because he was a fantastic sketcher and everything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was drawing up storyboards and everything himself. Concept art.
Oh, there's Ted Nugent and Also, Eric Singer was in
Eric
there,
Singer.
who is currently the drummer for Kiss.
Yeah.
Actually, he became the drummer for Kiss
shortly
after this film came out.
The Revenge album, probably.
Yeah. He had just finished a tour with Paul as a solo act, and it was maybe 18 months after the release of this that the Kiss drummer passed away, and Paul called on his old friend Eric Singer for a replacement. So. Yeah. And Uncle Ted in that scene, I don't remember who the other two are. I feel like one of them might have been Kip Winger, but I'm not 100%. We'll have to check the credits on that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a band. Those 4 people weren't an actual band. It was just a let's see who we can throw in a scene.
Okay, yeah. Okay. That makes more sense. It's like
Hawaiian Tropic.
I was thinking, like, is either Ted's solo touring band or his Damn Yankees?
It wasn't.
There was no Tommy Shaw there.
No.
No Jack Blades.
You know what? I suppose it's possible that Eric did a run with Ted as, just one tour.
Yeah.
I'd have to look into that, but I don't think so. Let's check the credits on that. It might have just been 4 people.
I'm sure they credit them. Yeah, I'm sure they're credited. They technically have speaking parts.
Oh, well, anyway, so what's happening?
Back to the movie here. Back to the Elm Street house.
She drew herself into this dream. Is that now the power that she took from Kristen is still applicable? She can...
all the way back to when Kristen pulled Nancy into the dream. Nice sound design there.
They really got a lot of mileage out of this house. And here's the...
I wonder if this has been a standing set for, since Dream Warriors or something, where they just...
Well, knowing the poor production value, they probably tore it down and rebuilt it every time because they're stupid.
Yeah. Because if it was standing set, they probably got to pay some kind of rent on some sound stage to keep it up. It's not like New Line was bursting with cash. You got a couple extra million laying around for no reason.
They were fresh off of a hot return on part 4, but as you said, there we go.
That's a nice effect.
He saw the blood. He passed out. Whatever.
But then he's already dreaming. Was he out? How do you pass out in a dream?
Well, there are no rules, Nick.
A nice little nun doll up there.
Yeah, that's just a little homage.
Yeah.
So, this 10-year-old is having bad dreams.
They're making it a little creepier as the film goes on.
So again, they've not explained who this kid is.
No.
They've not done anything, really, except to further confuse the audience.
Yeah.
Red and green stripes on that chair. That's kind of cool.
Nice art direction.
What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was talking about.
Being confused where things were going. Setting up who the kid is.
Oh yeah, no, I meant before that. Before he saw the blood on himself and passed out, I was going down some road and I don't remember what it was.
We were talking about the set and everything, standing set and such.
Oh yeah, about how they made a lot of money on 4, and then you had said that they didn't even start filming this until 2 months before it came out. So clearly they wanted to get it out in a hurry, but they didn't. They spent all of their time apparently writing and rewriting and not doing a good job of it.
No.
So they probably didn't have the same sets laying around because that would have been a full
8
year
months or something. Yeah. Probably even longer than 8 months. Probably a good 10, 11 months as they were shooting on the previous film. Oh, see, now she realizes it.
So she's realized that the kid she's been talking to is actually her unborn baby 10 years later.
Which is bizarre.
What? I mean, I don't know.
And even the stranger thing is, the kid's just been conceived.
Right.
He barely...
I don't know. Okay, so...
He's just been conceived. He doesn't really have fully formed organs yet to really get too technical on it. I mean, way too much thought into this bullshit.
I know. It's like... you'd think it's got to be a couple months down the road before brain function is actually...
Yeah.
Why is she always wearing her work outfit? Her uniform, as it were.
It's all they could afford for the wardrobe. Sorry. So you're there, she put it back in the gown and cap. Which would be funnier.
Wait a minute. I don't know what I'm actually... So now you're telling me that Yvonne works in the hospital?
I don't think...
And this is her... Is this her nurse outfit?
I don't... I'm so confused.
What? I always thought that she worked at the diner.
Yeah. Or...
But was that not her hands putting on the lotion? Or the ultrasound shit?
She's just graduated high school. How the hell could you be working in a hospital?
I guess not.
How can you be a nurse right out of high school? Come back to me in 8 years after you've gone through medical school.
So we should probably say that even though ultrasounds are really common right now, back then, even as early as 1989 ago, you just didn't go for an ultrasound until like the middle of the pregnancy, or
I mean at this point,
unless something was wrong.
Again, it's not, the fetus is not informed enough to really kind of get much of an image.
Sure.
Trying to avoid the hot button topics here.
I would say that
this is kind of,
as a viewer of today, things like ultrasounds and the whole 3D thing and let's go every 4 weeks and let's get an update and all that stuff didn't happen back then. So it may, in the context of 1989, actually been more of a plot point. And that whole thing about the doctor saying, I don't know why you're here for an ultrasound, because they only did ultrasounds if something was wrong, or if it was like the end of the pregnancy and they were just,
But imagine she's worried about the kid. Right. But again, the kid is not this fully
doesn't
formed.
Look like this.
The kid is...
No.
She conceived like a week ago. She just got pregnant with like the last week.
Although she could be dreaming. This is a dream.
Exactly.
So
again, it's just confusing. Concepts that are half formed, that is thrown in there, and somehow we intended to make sense, but they don't.
And so this baby just now inherited Greta's soul? Is that what? What? What is happening right now?
It's supposed to be the conduit for Freddy, so it goes into kid and goes into Freddy, but slow down, film.
I need a drink.
Slow down, film. Come on. This thing is so heavy on concepts and plot and so much stuff, but it still hasn't explained anything extremely well.
How many people has Freddy killed at this point in the film? One?
Two. Danny and Greta.
And two, okay.
That's it.
We're at two. There's your jeans. Your pants.
Yes.
That's so good.
And sneakers, too.
I forgot that actually used to be a thing. Oh, cheers to Kelly Jo Minter here and a cup of coffee. I feel like I remember that being a thing, that you put jeans on a plant stand.
I don't remember that at all.
The sneakers are really cool. I like that teal sneaker.
Yeah, we're 2/3 of the way into the film now, and it still doesn't feel like we've gotten even halfway into Freddy yet. We've barely seen Freddy in the damn movie.
No.
He barely exists.
So, I don't. Yeah, you're right. We've had 2 deaths.
Shit ton of exposition.
And all visual style. Like, it's all visual. It's all subtext of teenage problems.
Yeah.
Like teenage sex and pregnancy and potential eating disorders and all of that.
Oh boy.
Look at that! A window character that actually believes her now.
There's still heavy shit to come in this film, subject matter wise.
So here's our old newspapers and that kind of stuff that I like. I like backstory as long as it's
nicely well played out.
I like not necessarily backstory, but I like when characters discover backstory.
Yeah. And it's weird how as this series progresses further along, the further back we end up learning more about Freddy's origin.
Yeah, right, because by the next film, we see him as a child.
Yeah.
And I would argue, and I don't necessarily want to blow the load on that film while we're talking about this one, but that's the best 10 minutes of the movie.
This also brings to the question retroactively, because they're fucking with continuity now, is that in 3 we saw Amanda Kruger as an elderly woman, but now aren't they saying that she killed herself as a young lady?
I suppose you're right.
So they're fucking up the established continuity by just throwing in random shit. Oh, this is the scene.
Here we go. We're gonna...
The big A word. Yikes. This is uncomfortable for the characters. This is uncomfortable for the audience.
I think... Let's pretend that she's not talking about abortion.
Okay.
Because that actually doesn't... That's not what I think of in this scene. To me, this is Dan's parents saying, you're troubled, your brother's dead, obviously shit's hitting the fan. What are you going to do with the baby means give him to us because we can raise him better than you can. So that's what I've always gotten out of this. I could definitely see why people would think. So yeah, I mean, based on that, I don't think that she's saying, get out the coat hanger because because obviously they want the kid.
But
it's just the delivery of that.
Delivery is just a slight bit ambiguous. They don't want to just say, obviously because the characters are trying to handle the scene in a delicate fashion. But as an audience, you have to lay out the screenplay has to lay out its intentions very clearly.
She's not threatening the daughter. She's threatening you too, essentially, if she's saying, I want to take this kid away from you. And I'm not giving him to you or anyone else. Awkward for that kid just standing in the kitchen watching his friend.
I was like, no, thank you.
She really liked that stonewash look, didn't she? She got the jacket.
I'd wear that jacket.
So they thought. Oh, God damn it.
It's too late in the film for this bullshit.
It is. And all of a sudden, he's the friggin' expert?
Boy.
Oh. You don't understand, lady.
Well, we don't understand.
Try sitting on this side of the movie screen.
Holy shit. Christian mythology.
Here we go. Let's bring in some religious bullshit. And he just happens to remember in this library that he's got. Oh, it was in this book here. I think it was on page 426 that I saw this other shit.
I'm curious, is this where he lives? Is this part of where he works at? I'm very confused of where this kid is.
Oh, there's a little nod to the first one.
There we go. That always goes well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Let me get on this painted ladder to get into your bunk bed.
Yeah.
And he's going to read the Bible.
Read the Bible.
Oh, boy. What is she hot about?
She had an argument with Alice over this bullshit. And now she's the one who's crying about it.
I mean, yeah, she had the argument. We're going to get into... This is the first of two pretty ridiculous death scenes. Yeah. I seem to recall part of this being pretty cool, though. The hot tub part. It's the diving board stuff that gets a little goofy for me. So again, here we've whoa.
Oh, there's the gothicness back in full force.
Phantom of the Opera shit here. So she's dreaming.
Oh, Spider-Man, X-Men there.
He's gonna dream. And did Yvonne just fall asleep in the tub?
She must be drowning then.
Is the baby dreaming? Who the fuck is dreaming right now?
What the fuck is going on? Again, we get no explanation about this until like the final 6 minutes of the movie. I mean, this is a real uneven film because you get all this exposition footload of the film, then we get all our gore in the last half an hour.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't even call it gore either, but okay.
All our horror titillation is in the last half hour.
Titillation. Are you titillated right now? I'm not yet.
No, not really.
How do you just get into the school? That's always bothered me. You can't just walk into a school.
No.
More claymation. Yeah. That was real hot at this time.
Yeah.
We were just on the cusp of computer, CGI stuff. What is that?
Yeah.
Seriously, what's happening right now? I mean,
yeah.
I really like the idea. What I think would have been better, and again, this is the part that I think is actually kind of cool. But what would have been better, in my opinion, is have her, hallucinate Freddy. She takes the dive. Freddy drains the pool.
Yeah.
And she just lands in the empty pool with a broken neck or whatever, and then it's revealed that she drowned or something. I don't know. Just can we be simple about it?
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening. Silly putty. That's what I was thinking.
Silly putty.
It looks like silly putty.
Yeah.
He's had 4 lines in this movie.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's some bad looping there.
Oh.
That was almost like a 3D gag there.
We'll get into that next film. Okay, and he does that. Why?
Well, in the very first scene, right after he was, born and regenerated, and the Amanda Kruger character showed up, he backed away from her as if he was afraid of her.
Okay.
So I think, and now don't quote me because nobody knows what the fuck's going on. I would assume that it's because he sensed the presence of the Amanda Kruger nun character in this wherever they are, because they weren't in the pool anymore. They were obviously in like the. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate prop right here.
Yeah.
And I'm still very confused as to...
is he dreaming already or what?
Right. Is he dreaming? Is the baby dreaming? This is like the comic book version of everything that's happened in the movie so far.
Take on me.
Yes! You've been waiting 70 minutes to say that. Oh, it works. I don't care. So, the baby's dreaming. He's dreaming. Alice is asleep in his bed. Is she dreaming?
Ugh.
And we're about to get real goofy here because...
Yeah.
So he's in color, which is cool. Like I love the black and white set.
Yeah.
I think that's neat. Like this is stylistically really awesome.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how they go about doing this. Do they just paint everything
in grayscale? They just painted everything gray. Yeah, I mean you see a few little bits and pieces of color in there, probably just from the color temperature of the lighting. Yeah, you can see
so maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just. Do you think they could have done this in post?
No, they did do it with the set.
So everything is just painted in grayscale?
Yeah.
Because I feel like when the lights...
You see some
some of the boards they missed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I got to give them credit for that, I guess.
Yeah.
That does not look like blood. At all.
It's Caro serum, definitely. Hello.
Aww. And see, there you can see her stomach.
Yeah.
And there they left it in, but there's definitely more to her death scene.
Yeah.
And,
there's a little bit of... A little late for that payoff, like an hour later.
So, okay, kind of like Will in 3, this...
Yeah.
His dream
whatever. Power, yeah. You shoot like confetti out of him.
I saw the greatest thing at the most recent horror convention I went to. I went to the costume contest. And hold on.
This is Michael Bailey Smith.
Super Freddy. Anyway, for the costume contest, a gentleman dressed up as Freddy in complete grayscale, from head to toe grayscale, and he had a cardboard cutout of this.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was the most creative Freddy costume I've ever seen.
And director Stephen Hopkins, I guess he doesn't view this scene in very high regard, but he couldn't resist it because he's such a big comic book fan, so he put it in there despite thinking it was not very good.
Well, again, here's
stylistically it's nice, but
who's afraid of blood.
Yeah.
And we cut him up to pieces.
But then now look at all the blood on him.
Oh, look at it all.
I just would have shown something.
I wonder if...
Or when they cut it off, if there was, I don't know.
The VHS...
Sprayed red ink or something.
Right. The VHS copy never had, there isn't an extended version of that scene, but I wonder if there exists more footage that got cut. Okay, so wait, now she's awake or is she asleep? What happened to her?
I don't know.
And she didn't die.
Oh.
He did.
Okay, so this kind of answers the question I had earlier. Like, is this where he works or where he lives? I guess he has a bunk bed in the place where he works.
Okay.
That's bizarre. He's got an art studio in the warehouse that he works at. That's bizarre.
I mean, unless it's just, like some of those storage places where there's like an apartment attached to it so that you can be there.
It's weird.
It just doesn't make sense because she just said that he fell asleep. So were there simultaneous dreams happening there? That her dream caused Yvonne's peril and Doofus fell asleep and caused his own? Is that I'm guess that's the most logical explanation I can come up with.
I'll throw logic out the window by now. Again, this film just keeps speeding by so fast, so you just can't get a handle on what the hell's going on. It needs to slow down, but it's almost over.
Right.
The film is almost over, and we still have no idea where the hell things are going. What is all building up towards?
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
but is it? But
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
But again, did she work Weston Hills, or that's just?
I don't know. She did in 3.
It seemed like it. Yeah, because Craig Wass's character find the tower where she got raped in. That's not tower, Weston Hills.
That's that tower right there.
That ain't fucking Weston Hills. I'll tell you that much. It wasn't Dracula's castle. And Dr. Frankenstein and the other wing, waiting for lightning to strike.
Oh, God damn it, I'm having fun.
Wolfman in the basement.
Wolfman in the basement. Oh. Oh, dear.
It's like
we're back in the asylum.
This is like the one Freddy film where everyone's just freely falling asleep. No one's trying to stay awake.
Right. Like, she's really going after him.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. There's so coffee in this film.
Well, there wasn't the one scene.
There's not enough coffee.
There's never enough coffee. Well, what is that? A little rebar there? She's gonna do some cement work.
The film's operating on decaf. It's a little theatrical here.
Yeah, it's a little over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing better than Kincaid yelling burnt-faced pussy, but...
and why she brought her into the dream with her to make her another liability? That doesn't make any sense.
Is it supposed to be like a tag team action that, 2 is better than 1?
I doubt it. I doubt that sound.
Oh, yeah, that's me trying to apply.
Yeah, I doubt it's a sound strategy. That might be their intention. I don't buy it. Oh, okay. I guess she's trying to go in there and free Amanda Kruger's...
Oh, right. The resting place?
Remains. Okay. So she might not be dreaming. She's actually at the actual...
Oh, I see. So
waking location. They're trying to free her soul or something. But again...
Yeah.
We saw her as a ghost 2 films ago.
Can we just...
She didn't have much of a problem then.
That's kind of a neat little shot, though, where he disappears and appears closer down the hall. In this film, Freddy spends a lot of his time, like, looking afraid.
That's bizarre, yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That, like, what is he afraid of? That damn carriage. I'm afraid of it.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. The pram from hell. Oh, good.
He's gonna get ripped apart. Which doesn't make any sense because 2 months later he's just gonna be reconstituted anyway, so what's the point? Look at all the brown in this scene. Jeez.
Wasn't the point that these men were raping her?
Yeah.
All of these men had sex with one woman. They're not having sex with this Freddy.
They're just ripping them apart, but again, like I said, it doesn't matter because...
He was one of those people.
Oh, that's a bad effect.
That was a terrible effect. That was almost like an unfinished CGI. Let's really think about this. He was one of those 100 maniacs or whatever, however many. So he's participating in his own, like, destruction.
Wish you people could see my face right now, because fuck, I'm so bewildered.
Well, if you thought you were bewildered before.
See, that was more or less back together, so what the hell was the part of that scene?
This is one of the... There's a lot of those, like, 3D-esque effects. That's a great scene. We don't see a lot of the glove in this.
No.
Oh, here we go. Welcome to the MC Escher portion.
Exactly. This looks like a Looney Tunes cartoon, you know? Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd running around, this weird stuff. It's slightly surreal, but it's not like it's causing any kind of terror in the film. It's just kind of goofy. And it's extremely expensive, too.
It's just so weird. Like, this visual... like
there's way too much style in this film.
I feel like this scene really just puts a cherry on top of how...
Just upside down, inside out, and backwards this film is.
Yes, thank you for filling in the words that I couldn't say.
And again, it's more shit that amounts to absolutely nothing.
And there's no purpose for any of that.
Exactly. It doesn't bring us a story, it's just have them run around for 2 minutes for no reason.
Right. Oh, scary dream world where everything is goofy and upside down.
Yeah.
Okay, I've had lots of dreams. I've never had a dream like that.
No. Some people think dreams are, not really.
And what is this set? How much money did they spend putting this shit together?
Exactly. It's a lot of money they put up here, but they spent a lot of money, a lot of time building elaborate sets, so they didn't spend nearly as much effort on the fucking script.
Not at all.
Look at that optical.
What? Yeah, like, what is this?
And it's all brown again. Like I said, just ugly. It's not very pleasing film to look at. What the fuck is this? When the hell did they merge into a single being that had to be torn apart like it's a Cronenberg film?
I was going to say, I saw The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. They kind of did some shit like that.
Yeah. I'd rather be watching Kurt Russell right now.
Is she... This is the idea that he's in the baby and he's coming out of her.
Fuck them, I know.
But there's the baby. And what the... What?
This is like Jesse in part 2.
Oh, God. It's starting to happen again.
Oh.
I think you're right. I think she's at the actual place.
Yeah.
But this doesn't make sense because
Oh.
Why would she be in there? And how are the pigeons still alive? What have they been eating? Are they coming in through the window? The window's open? She couldn't get out through the open window? Somebody tell me what's going on in this movie. There's only 10 minutes left.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you for what?
Thank you for what we just saw you 2 films ago. Walking around in broad daylight.
What did she do? She broke through the wall?
There's open windows, for Christ's sake.
That doesn't explain anything.
No.
You idiots. Meanwhile, these two are fucking dancing.
Some Kama Sutra bullshit right there.
Oh, let's add some more subtext.
Oh, jeez.
Why is he burnt?
Oh, fuck all.
I don't understand. Well, no, that's just the tagline.
I'm beyond trying to understand.
So the kid, who is, in reality, still a fetus inside her belly.
Barely formed organic being.
Weeks old.
If even that much.
Is now going to be the force that drives him away? I mean, let's say that even if, old Whit there is the visual representation of the unborn baby.
Yeah. Or some kind of soul that he has. I don't know.
Right. The unborn baby can't do this.
No.
And he really only killed 3 people in this movie?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, he only killed 3 people in the first movie, but...
Or we're used to the body count getting up a little bit more bang for your buck at this point.
There's just so many characters in this film. What?
They're right back to the beginning of the
where
movie.
they started. I see.
Oh.
What
now
the fuck
her
is
kid's
that?
back to being a child now?
Is that baby Freddy? Is that baby Jacob? What's going on? That's not even... That kid's like 4 months old.
Yeah, that's a big kid.
Now she's got to take a shit.
Oh, constipation. Oh.
Meanwhile, her baby goes...
Quantum leap. Looks so much like Quantum Leap there.
Oh my sweet baby Jesus. Take your baby and leave.
Get the fuck out of here. And how is she supposed to...
Just like the end of 2. On the bus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I get... Stephen Hopkins, when he was doing this stuff, he was like, you can't really kill Freddy, so I don't think he really put that much effort into having anything at the end here. Just like, okay, whatever.
You can't at least
you
make
gotta
some
have
sort
at least
of plausible
something.
ending. I mean, at least in, let's say, the Friday the 13th films, they blew him up. Or or drowned him, or something that made you go,
they did something at least that felt like it had some weight.
Somebody explain to me how Kelly Jo Minter survived this film. Why is she still alive?
I don't know.
I kind of like that Totoro there survived, though. Or...
Yeah.
Oh, Pepsi.
Yep.
They got their money's worth. And the jump rope girls are a nice touch. I'll give them that. What's that woman in orange back there? What is she doing? Just standing there? That's weird.
Oh, Vincent Price lifted from Thriller. Yeah, this film started using the hip hop music there.
Well, yeah, 1989
Bad
was
Boys,
all...
Houdini.
Right.
Yeah. Couldn't afford Run DMC.
Oh, dear. Okay. Ron Armstrong, Ted Nugent, Rudy Sarzo, and Eric Singer.
Rudy Sarzo, quite right.
Right. I don't know Ron Armstrong. I don't know.
No.
Well, anyway, Nugent and Singer who was... Actually, I think Singer was playing with Alice Cooper at this time.
Okay.
So that was just whoever they had laying around.
George P. Wilbur, he was Michael Myers in 4 and 6 Halloween films.
Okay. He did stunt work here.
Yeah.
There you go. Excellent. You know why it's excellent? Because the credits are rolling.
They're rolling. Michael DeLuca, another guy to be blamed for the script on this film. He's an executive in New Line.
Yeah, I don't know.
He completely wrote the next film in the franchise. We'll get to that.
Oh, did he? He was sole credit on that?
Oh, yeah.
And my gal, Rachel Talalay, who I don't know what her role was here.
Yeah, I didn't catch her.
She ended up being the director. Well, we need to save part 6 talk for
we'll get there.
For later on. So what did we solve here?
Jack shit.
If you've got a few million laying around, you can throw something you can cobble something together, but holy Christ, nothing makes sense.
Budget was estimated at $6 million. It still made $22 million. But it was a whole lot less than the previous film.
Like half, I guess.
Yeah.
But still, there again, I give you $6 million and you give me 22.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a good deal. Although I feel like it kind of alienated some of the audience.
Yeah, it's like
this is bad taste.
The taste is very sour.
Right. People don't know whether to cheer for Freddy. They don't know whether to get an abortion.
Oh, jeez.
They don't know. What did this film teach me? Amanda Kruger got raped, and then...
But you already knew. We just got shown it this time.
Kind of.
I don't know. It's hard to compartmentalize each film to find out where the mythology begins and ends.
Can I get my $8 back or whatever? I'm still...
They had a third unit on this film. Usually it's like a first unit, second unit. They had 3 units shooting on this movie.
Well, did you see the finale there on that goddamn set they had?
Oh.
It probably took them... somebody was probably building that for 2 weeks while they shot the first half of the movie.
David Miller back for makeup.
I feel like he kind of got worse as the shows went on.
I don't know what it was, just factor of time or whatever it was. It just didn't look as good as the previous couple films.
So, I really do wish, though, that they had put the not extended version, but
unrated
the unrated version as the version to watch here on...
Yeah.
I mean, look, Greta prosthetics and supplemental... she's got her own list of credits.
Diving board and Phantom Prowler sequence.
That whole sequence had a whole set in the credits.
Canby effects. Freddy's head de-emerged. I don't know what the hell that sequence was. It's probably the one at the end. Those are the guys who work on The Walking Dead now.
Well, I guess they got an upgrade.
Yeah. Rachel, special thanks.
Sure. Jack! I don't know who Jack is, but he got a special...
Russell Mulcahy got a special thanks. He's the guy who directed Highlander.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know why. I don't know why they're thanking him for.
Mutt Lang. Good Lord. Full Force. I don't know. Oh, Schoolboy. Yeah. Dr. Ice. Jive Records. It was available on CD. Okay. This is probably 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah, CDs were a thing. They were brand new. I think I got my first CD player in 91, maybe? I don't... It was either 90 or 91.
First CD I ever had was the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey soundtrack.
Okay. That was, what, 91?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. But you could have got the soundtrack to this. Not as good as 3.
No.
Let's listen to Dokken and call it a day.
Yes. Okay, so thanks, guys, for joining us for The Dream Child. It was a long process. It wasn't easy. But thanks for sticking with us. We appreciate your comments and your thumbs up on the video, and we enjoy your discussion.
Yeah,
so,
let us know what you thought. Give us some comments. If you know some stories we don't, shoot them our way.
So
we'll see you next time for the Freddy's Dead.
Yes.
Final nightmare.
Oh, boy. See you guys later.
Bye-bye.